2024 was a great year for me personally. The first half, not so much, but man, basically after July, I've been loving it. So much stuff has happened in my personal life that I just have to appreciate living in the moment. It's gonna be one of those years I look back on and say, hell yeah, dude, 2024 was great. There's also some great games that came out and some bad ones that I played. Which ones were good, which ones were bad? Let's go ahead and find out. Life is Strange True Colors is probably the worst game I played this year. I was drunk with friends watching the game the whole time, and I was still bored. You know it's bad when even Internet Historian can't even make it funny. Grounded is a game that I have no idea why it even got popular in the first place. I couldn't make it 2 hours into the game, and it's incredibly boring. I even had my friend take me to the quote-unquote end game, and I was still bored out of my mind. So, Marvel Rivals. I'm not even sure why this is so popular. It's just Overwatch, but it's somehow even worse. Like, I don't even understand what's going on half the time. Yeah, Overwatch is bad, but at least it was well made back in the day. Marvel Rivals, I played 2 matches, and I uninstalled. The First Ascendant is another game that was super popular for some reason, but I just couldn't understand why. Boring combat, I'm not sure why anyone liked it. The story was boring and there was no end game or anything. It was kind of promising to be a Destiny follow-up, so it's like, okay, maybe they're going to do like some end game raids or anything. Nope, there's nothing. It's just boring. House of Ashes is probably the best of the Dark Picture anthology games that I've played. These are very boring co-op games, but if there's gonna be a quote-unquote best one, House of Ashes is probably it. Sekiro is probably the worst Estus Soul game. There's no co-op in here, and the fights are incredibly tedious, especially the final boss. I have no idea why this game is so highly regarded. I've played through it twice now, and I still don't see it. I mean, I guess roaming around the levels is pretty fun and doing the stealth kills and all that, but then you get to these boss fights and you just want to fucking slam your head against a glass panel. Superliminal, it's not a terrible game, but it's kind of boring. By the time anything interesting happens, I'm just completely disconnected from the game. So those are all the games I didn't like. Now for the top 10 games that I played this year. Demon's Souls. It's the first in the Souls series, so it has a lot of flaws, but the remake for PS5 was pretty fun to play through. I kind of enjoyed the gimmick bosses in this one. Like, there's not really that many traditional Souls-style bosses. These all have some sort of gimmick or some kind of thing that you have to figure out. I didn't really bother figuring it out, I just watched YouTube videos, but it's still pretty cool. It's more of a spectacle than anything. Animal Well is a pretty cool Metroidvania-like game. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece as the game leaves you in the dark a lot of the times, but a good chunk of the game is pretty fun when you piece it together. I think my main frustration is that some puzzles you might not have a tool for, like for example, oh, you might need the yo-yo or the slinky for this one, but you wouldn't know that because you haven't gotten those pieces yet. So you're kind of just sitting in this room trying to bash your head against a wall trying to figure it out, and then, you know, it's just by the time you actually figure out that you just don't have the thing you need, it's a little too late. I think more Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight are a bit more well designed because you need the tool to get into this area in the first place. So I think that this could have been a bit better designed. I'm not entirely sure. Resident Evil 3 is a fun remake that is shorter than Resident Evil 2, so it's just okay. By the time anything interesting happens again, it's over, so. Skur Ritual, for a few years, Call of Duty Zombies was absolutely dead, so it's kind of funny that someone else made a zombies game. Skur Ritual was a fun supplement for a once dead zombies mode, but now that Black Ops 6 is out, this game doesn't matter anymore. Resident Evil 2 is a fantastic remake of a fantastic game. It's the perfect length, there's super fun puzzles, the entire police station is incredibly fun to figure out. My only frustration is that it lacked in the variation of the story. Like, if you play as one of the characters, you see the other character do something a little bit different. So I thought that playing as Leon would be a completely different game than playing as Claire, but this ends up being the case in the second story, not playing as one or the other character. Black Ops 6. The zombies this year is such a W. Terminus and Citadel are absolutely phenomenal at minimum A-tier experiences. Some of the best maps since Black Ops 4. The multiplayer is kind of fun when you're not in unemployment lobbies, but again, Black Ops 6 Zombies has been swinging super hard this year. Hopefully the rest of the COD cycle, they keep bringing out bangers, because right now, it's on the right track. Shadow of the Erdtree is a great DLC to a great game. The Dancing Lion and Bale fights are some of my favorites in the entire franchise. You have a crazy new open world. While I was a little bit frustrated with how the balancing originally started with the game, I think now that you kind of get into it and fully play it out, it does make a lot more sense with the skidoo tree fragments. So yeah, Shadow of the Erdtree, great DLC. Some of the most fun I've had in a Souls game in a long time. I'll admit it, guys, the top 3 is going to be a 3-way tie. All of these games impacted me in different ways, but these are all phenomenal games. So keep in mind that just because I put one of these games first doesn't mean it's worse than the last game I put on this list. So we're going to start off with Helldivers 2. It's a game I keep coming back to month after month with the constant updates, super fun gameplay. Co-oping with your friends is so much fun, and there's not even that much of a story, but what little story there is I absolutely love it. It always gets a laugh out of me. So Helldivers 2, incredible game. Keep it up. Astrobot won Game of the Year, and I can see why. It's a very fun, very replayable platformer that harkens back to the original days of Nintendo. It's addicting to play. Even after I 100%ed it, I still want to come back and play through the levels just for fun. And they keep adding more updates, which is incredible, and the fact that it's for free as well is just crazy. Like, they didn't have to do this stuff. I hope they make some sort of Game of the Year level. I think that'd be super cool. They just released a Christmas level as I am recording this video. So, Astrobot, these guys are absolutely killing it. I hope Team Asobi makes some other type of game that isn't PlayStation themed, but if we have to wait for an Astrobot 2, that's totally fine by me. Destiny 2, The Final Shape, is the finale to Destiny 2's Light and Darkness saga, and it was an absolute banger. 10 years of playing Destiny. Ever since 2014, I've been playing this game. It made me super frustrated, upset, but also incredibly happy, and I've met some of my best friends on this game. The campaign left me with tears in my eyes, and the raid is some of the best we've ever gotten. Transcendence is incredibly fun. Every single inch of this expansion is incredibly well put together, and it's a last hurrah for Bungie and the Destiny 2 team. I'm probably not going to play much after this, but thankfully Cade 6 came back, added some real character to it, and again, the Salvation's Edge raid is probably one of, if not my favorite raids we've ever gotten in the entire Destiny franchise. Destiny 2 has been a wild ride. I've been through the ups and downs, and this game has seen my ups and downs. Again, I've met some of my best friends for life that I've met in real life, and I just want to thank everyone that has come along for the ride. Again, I don't think I'm going to be playing much more. I'll be playing the dungeons when they come out, but I think I'm in more of a Destiny 2 retirement now. And it's super amazing that this game has kept my retention for 10 years now. And just thank you, Bungie, for this incredible experience that we've been through together. Hopefully, the next pieces of content that they can make will grab me back, but I don't think it really will. The new season that came out, the Revenant season or whatever it's called, just isn't it for me, but for what it's worth, The Final Shape was an incredible 2-3 month experience. Basically my entire summer, like even through September and October, was just playing The Final Shape. I enjoyed it that much. Thank you, Bungie, once again, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.